Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, the thought police. So pull up that article, Jamie, at the beginning of this podcast. We should probably go right into this. Because apparently the Department of Homeland Security and Twitter
Yeah.
were working together. Are we on?
Yeah.
I don't hear. There we go. The Department of Homeland Security was they had a plan to police information, and they were working with Twitter in some fashion. Like, look at this. Quietly broadening its effort to curb speech it considers dangerous.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
An investigation by The Intercept has found years of internal DHS memos, emails, and documents obtained via leaks and an ongoing lawsuit, as well as public documents, illustrate the expansive effort by the agency to influence the tech platforms.
Shit.
The work, much of which remains unknown to the American public, came into clear view earlier this year when DHS announced a new disinformation governance board.
Good Lord.
A panel designed to police misinformation, false information spread unintentionally, disinformation, false information spread internally, intentionally, and malinformation, factual information shared typically out of context with harmful intent. Malinformation's a weird one.
Malinformation?
Yeah, because it's factual, but it's shared typically out of context.
With harmful intent. That's where you're like, look, you don't understand why we mowed down those reporters with a chopper. It's out of context. You can't just show the video.
While the board was widely ridiculed, immediately scaled back, and then shut down within a few months, other initiatives are underway as DHS pivots to monitoring social media now that its original mandate, the war on terror, has been wound down. So that's been wound down, apparently.
Wow.
Platforms have got to get comfortable with government. It's really interesting how hesitant they remain. Microsoft executive Matt Masterson, former DHS official, texted Jen Easterly. Look at that. Platforms have got to get comfortable with government. Oh,
what does that mean?
I don't know. Tim Pool sent me this morning. I didn't get a chance to read. I was in the gym.
Look, you got to get comfortable with government.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
Just get comfortable.
Yeah, why aren't you comfortable?
Cozy up.
Why aren't you
Put on some sweatpants. Cozy up. Wow. That's creepy. I mean, I guess we all kind of suspected it, though, right? It's not like anybody. Is that a shocker?
Well, what Tim Pool said is that Twitter was working with them. That I guess they weren't being honest about it. They were working with them. Were you telling me that Jimmy Kimmel tweeted something and tried to delete it?
Yeah, it looks like I could be wrong about this, but Kimmel was pissed at Musk.
Why?
For buying Twitter.
But what does he care? What is he mad about?
So basically, like, a lot of people seem to be really upset with Elon for buying Twitter because Elon is saying that he's not going to censor Twitter anymore. He's going to let, all the banned people are going to get back on, apparently. It's like they're trying to figure it out, how to do it. And so this has upset a lot of people who were happy with the idea that it was being hyper moderated in a way I think that fits in with their politics.
Yes.
Right? That was the idea.
That's
so it's
the idea.
So their team was in control for a second, and now somebody, you know what it reminds me of? It's like when a new booker shows up at a comedy club. And all the comics start talking shit. It's scary.
It has been interesting over the years to watch you blossom from the electric car guy into a fully formed piece of shit. Wow.
And look, see, it says this tweet was deleted by the tweet author.
Learn more.
He was replying to a tweet that Elon tweeted.
And what was the tweet?
Elon deleted, which I think was the thing.
That was a tweet where it's this, it's like the Santa Monica Observer or something like that was tweeting something about the Paul Pelosi attack. And that Santa Monica Observer has been known to tweet things that aren't correct, or at least has, or not tweet, publish things that aren't correct. At least has in one instance that they were citing, something about Hillary Clinton. I don't know, but I think what Elon tweeted was there's a tiny chance that we might not be getting the full story, and then he tweeted that story.
Yeah.
And this is the idea that maybe Paul Pelosi knew this guy, because people have been trying to pin that guy and say that he was a right-wing MAGA guy. But didn't he live in like some fucking hippie collective, and he made like hemp jewelry?
He did Woo to Q pipeline. He went Woo to Q. So like he apparently had some kind of blog or something. I think he started off Woo, super hippie, ayahuasca, mystical, and then gradually kind of devolved into Q.
QAnon.
QAnon. The best analysis I saw of it was a reporter saying that what the real story here is not like is that there's people who are psychotic all over San Francisco from doing so much speed, meth, drugs. That's the real story. The real story is that all over like the great cities of America, people are like high as a fucking kite and have been for so long that they're like spinning out of control. And that's what it is. That's the story of stories. It's like, yeah, sure. This guy went Woo to Q. Very common. It happens. You start off, you're like into like taking supplements. That leads to a new supplement you've never heard of. That leads to like some weird website you go to. The next thing you know, you're rubbing weird balm all over your body with under a crystal. Still fine, still cool. But somewhere along the way, you get on like one of these slides that lead you down into Q. And then the next thing you know, you're like completely like deep in that. So that's what I've heard. He's Woo to Q pipeline.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that term. Is that a new term? Woo to Q? I've never heard that before.
It's been floating around for a little bit. It's just one of the, it's one of the things that happens. It's like,
yeah.
Robert Anton Wilson, the great Robert Anton Wilson, his recommendation is maintain agnosticism when it comes to the exploration philosophically of anything really. But so when you're contemplating this or that, let yourself believe it, but don't believe it all the way. Maintain agnosticism. You can like play around with the idea that the earth is flat. You can play around with the idea that the Illuminati elite run the planet. You can play around with any idea you want, in fact, in the great simulator of your brain, but don't go all the way.